Is Juneteenth, the day that commemorates the end of slavery in this country. It is the first time it's been recognized as a national holiday. And that had special meaning to people gathered at Marin City for a celebration, as KPIX5's John Ramos reports.
This is the 5th annual Juneteenth festival in Marin City, but people here say this one feels a little different. They say for the first time they don't feel they're celebrating it alone. Juneteenth celebrates this date in 1865 when Union soldiers arrived in Texas with news that the Civil War was over and all enslaved people were free. The end of slavery was celebrated by the black community then, just as it was today in Marin City.
It is a place to remember we are resilient people. We are strong people. We are proud people.
But at this morning's festival, Pastor Floyd Tompkins reminded the crowd that the news came 2.5 years after President Lincoln actually signed the Emancipation Proclamation. He says for black Americans, Juneteenth is not just about achieving freedom, but also the betrayal of trust that came with it.
We're looking at how history is told and how it's hidden and the effect of that. This is what Juneteenth represents, because it took a while very intentionally to tell people that they were free, because the history was being the news were being manipulated.
And until now, the memory of Juneteenth has been kept alive by the black community, with little in the history books to mark its importance. That's why the establishment of this date as a national holiday gave added significance to today's festival.
It's always been a holiday to us, you know what I mean? But with that being said, it's allowing the world to know the meaning of Juneteenth, everything about it, behind it, and the celebration of it.
With all that is going on, we are really being lifted up so that the nation, the world sees that our contributions and that truly blacks matter.
Juneteenth marks the end of slavery, but not of the struggle. And people at the festival say recognizing this date from the past is the first step toward a reckoning still to come.
So Juneteenth has suddenly become not just a historical artifact, but a live, living reality that now catapults us into the future and what we think of ourselves and where we're going.
Today, now is the time. Here we are in the 21st century. There's no looking back. We can't go back. We are not trying to relive the past. We can only move forward.
In Marin City, John Ramos, KPIX5.
There are various stories about why the news was delivered so late. One was that a government messenger was murdered on the way to Texas. And others that the news was deliberately withheld to maintain the plantation labor force for as long as possible.
And it was a festive atmosphere at a Juneteenth celebration in Tiburon. People couldn't help but dance as singer Joyce Grant belted out a rendition of I Will Survive. Today's event also included poetry readings and also guest speakers.